Friday, June 18th. I have lots to do today, but it should be perfectly good. Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee this morning. It is another beautiful day. It's a little warmer. It's going to be a little more warmer and more humid today, according to Dennis, the weather guy. But still very nice. I will be working in the house for the most part today because I have more to do. I did finish switching my clothes, segregating the sweaters that need to be washed. And since I left my winter shirts that were in the closet because I have plenty of room in my closet, I don't have nearly as many winter clothes to put in that dresser as I did last year, because I had a lot of shirts and things that I ended up giving away. They were too big for me and I had too many of them. So I have room in those drawers for many, if not most, if not all of my sweaters, which is surprising to me because I have quite a few. So that was kind of fun to discover. But that also means if I find a better place, a place I like better for my sweaters to spend the summer, I would have more room in my craft room. I would have another drawer. I could make another drawer in my craft room very easily. Pileated woodpecker. So I really need to think about that. I have some shelves in my closet that I think I'm going to pile some sweaters on in. So maybe I'll make another drawer. Because I confiscated one drawer when I went to put my summer clothes in there. I had an extra drawer and I put my cross stitches in a drawer. Very nice. So, I don't know, maybe I have a drawer for my painting stuff. We shall see. Or for the pile of project bags I have on top of that dresser. Lots of possibilities. What can you do with a drawer? An empty drawer. Well, I have time to think about it. So yesterday I did that, and I straightened up a little bit in the bedroom, and so I need to finish up upstairs and finish up downstairs. And maybe I will answer the drawer question today, because I do have all my painting stuff to deal with. And certainly I have a shelf downstairs, so I can put the immediate want to have at hand stuff down here, and the don't need to have quite so close stuff upstairs in a drawer. I also packaged up and mailed Linda's prize. I had heard from her and I forgot to tell you that. And I should have sent it last week, but I didn't. But, you know, if she watches this podcast, she won't be shocked. But it went out yesterday morning. And got me thinking that I haven't picked a prize for June. So I think I'm going to give away 2 pattern prizes. I'm just going to pick 2 pattern prizes from the thread at the end of June. And that'll be easy. And I you know, because I'm going to be tied up for the next 10 days or so, and it's just, you know, so it'll be pattern prizes. 2 of them, though. I'll pick 2 people to get a pattern, so that would be fun. So, you know, and this is for the Ode to Joy make-along, our year-long make-along, to do things that bring you joy. Any kind of things that you make that bring you joy, cooking, sewing, knitting, crochet, spinning, painting, whatever it is. If it's bringing you joy, we would love to see it and hear what you're doing. And thank you everyone who's participating in that. It's so much fun to look at what you're making. And everybody's being so lovely, lots of conversations. So thank you all for participating in that. And I think 2 pattern prizes for the June prizes, unless someone has a better idea. Because that's my idea. I did do a little painting yesterday. I did a sketch in my sketchbook of the barrel. I don't know if you've ever noticed my barrel back there behind the chair. It's a very, very broken down wine barrel that is so broken down now that we can't put anything on top of it without worrying about it. So it's just waiting to be recycled. It's been waiting to be recycled for several years. But you know, things like that take time for us. We've had that barrel the whole time we've had the house, so 20 years. That was, my dad gave us that barrel. He had it at the winery. I don't think he ever actually made wine in that particular barrel. I think it was more of a decorative barrel, you know, ambiance for the winery. But it has since fallen apart, and I can't even imagine what the deck underneath of it looks like. So, but I sat and sketched that yesterday while I was sitting here, and I worked on on that landscape that I've been working on. I painted it more, and it didn't look actually any better. It was a little different, of course, but it wasn't particularly better than my March one. So I went back over it with some ink. We'll see. I haven't decided if it's finished yet or not. And that's what I did yesterday. Oh, and I read some. Talked to Dennis. Sat outside. Which is why I painted the barrel, because I was sitting outside. So today we'll be finishing up what I have to do inside and packing. I do have one thing in the washer now that I know I want to bring. And I guess I'll just pile everything up on the bed and try to figure out what bag to take. Because I'm not sure what bag to take. It's only 4 days. I mean, I could take my backpack. But then I have to schlep my backpack through the airport. Changing planes in Chicago. I'm changing planes at Midway. We're going to Midway, not O'Hare. I've never been to Midway. So I don't know what that means in terms of logistics and stuff. But I think I might just... I don't know. Still working on it. Anyway, so that's today. I'm going to be puttering around here, straightening things up, getting ready for my trip. At 12:20, I have to check in as quick as I can to try to get a good-ish spot. But I don't think there's any way I could check in fast enough to get A, because apparently now they sell the option to check in 36 hours earlier for like $15 or $20. Whatever. So I'll probably be C. It'll be fine. And it altogether is about 5 hours on the plane. On 2 different planes. But it's like an hour and a half, you know, or 2 hours and 3 hours and 15 minutes on the second one or something like that. So, you know, get a nice walk in between, running between planes. So it shouldn't be too bad. Even if I get a crummy seat, it'll be fine. I'll just be sitting there listening to podcasts with knitting or painting. I was thinking of starting my painting, my journal, my trip journal painting in the airplane. If I'm not too embarrassed to sit there and pretend, try to, I don't know anybody there. What do I care? What are they going to do? Put me on the internet? I can remember a friend of ours, couples had rented a sailing boat, and they were in the Caribbean somewhere, and they were sailing around, and they tell the story about both women are, curvy women and in their, late 50s, early 60s, and late 50s at the time, I guess, and they talked about swimming, of anchoring in like a bay, but swimming off the boat, and they were laughing and talking about, trying to get back into the boat after they'd been swimming, and they were like, oh my God, we really put on a show for, the people on the beach, trying to get back into this boat. Well, what do we care? We don't know these people. And I'm sitting there thinking, times have changed. There's the internet. Everybody has a camera. Everybody can make a video of you no matter where you are. You're out in public. You can be on a video no matter what. You gotta, people who think they can just, be anonymously doing things out in public. Not anymore. Anyway, I just thought, oh yeah, I could just picture myself going viral trying to get back into that boat. Oh. Anyway, so what am I going to do? Go viral showing them doing a crummy sketch on a plane? I'm already on the internet. You're already looking at my crummy sketches. So what am I going to worry about, right? I mean, really. So my plan is to do some sketching and knitting and reading and listening to podcasts on the plane. It'll be perfectly fine. Even if I have to have a middle seat, it'll be fine. So, but I am going to, I do have an alarm set so that I can go check in as soon as possible and do my best. I mean, what else can you do? So that's my plan for today. Straighten up and check in for my flight and pack for 4 days. It's not that big of a deal. Really, when you think about it. So, because then I'm coming home and I can, and then I'm going to pack again for 3 days. My parents, oh, I forgot, I was going to look up the forecast for Boise. They're having a heat wave. You guys are, some of you guys are having a heat wave. I am so sorry about that. Oh my gosh. Somebody on Instagram said that, it was like 120. That's high. That's high. That's dangerous. Well, and they're talking about kind of not rolling brownouts, but people, asking people to conserve electricity in California and Texas because of the heat and the drain on the power grid. And we've already seen that Texas's power grid leaves something to be desired. Of course, California's is nothing to write home about either, apparently. I'm sure ours isn't either. I'm not saying ours is working great. I lose power all the time. Anyway, I'm really sorry if you're in that heat. But I forgot to look to see what the weather was going to be like in Boise. Christy did say to bring my swimming suit. So I am. She's got a pool. We may be by the pool cooling off. That may be our outdoor activity. You may see all kind of sketches about the pool. Or no sketches. I'm making no promises. I'm trying not to put too much pressure on myself, but it would be fun to see if I can do a little travel journal in my journal. So meanwhile, back at the ranch, I'm going to go get started, and I will talk to you tomorrow before I go. But tomorrow will probably be live because I'm going to need to leave here by 10. So I'll just say goodbye, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Please take good care of yourselves. Stay safe.